Alright y'all, the image above me has recently surfaced from the dark depths of the web, and it has the internet community buzzing. It seems to be a picture of a lone solitary sub traveling through the ocean, and it's completely unaware of the fact that this sea creature is following it. It's hard to make out exactly what it is, but it seems to have multiple limbs, and it is massive. Could this be one of the 86% of creatures unknown in the ocean? Could this creature have been the target of the recent 40,000-pound bomb set off in the Bermuda Triangle by the U.S. government? With the recent sinking of an Indonesian sub back in April that had been ripped into 3 pieces, it has people wondering what could be lurking in the depths of our oceans. It makes one wonder, with footage like the following, are the mythical creatures we once thought were folklore rising from the depths? Like and follow for more.
Let me bring you some breaking news reaching us at Sky Centre about this missing Indonesian submarine. It disappeared, didn't it? It was last heard of on Wednesday. Well, I can tell you that it has now been found, apparently broken into at least 3 parts deep in the Bali Sea, that according to Army and Navy officials. The President has sent his condolences to relatives of the crew. We know that 53 crew members had been on board. Now, there have been evidence of debris at this time yesterday, we were telling you, had been found. But rescuers, we are told now, have found new objects, including a life vest. They belong to those on board this vessel, which lost contact on Wednesday as it prepared to conduct a torpedo drill. One naval military chief telling reporters in the past few minutes that based on the evidence, it can be stated that the KRI Nanggala has sunk and all of its crew, those 53 people on board, have died. The naval chief of staff, somebody else actually, has said the crew were not to blame for what is being described as an accident. So just confirmation then, this missing Indonesian submarine, which was last heard of on Wednesday and clearly had run out of oxygen, has now been found broken into at least 3 parts deep, we're told, in the sea off Bali. And the President of Indonesia has sent his condolences to relatives of the 53 crew.
It still boggles the mind to look at it. It may look just like a scene from a disaster movie, but this is real. This video captured today when the ocean caught fire in the Gulf of Mexico just west of the Yucatan Peninsula. Those dramatic images of the ocean aflame quickly going viral on social media. Some people calling it an eye of fire, while others said it looked like the portal to hell opening up.
Investigators determined that some items did not represent either extraterrestrial or major technological advancement by a foreign entity such as Russia or China.
Puts the epicenter of the 7.1 earthquake right in the heart of the San Francisco Bay.
This just into News Australia. Francisco.
Si l'aviation ne parvient pas.
We've also been getting strange reports of something moving under the Golden Gate Bridge.
I mean, it must be 300 feet tall.
Cars are tumbling off the bridge.
San Francisco has now become a war zone. Unless the jets can bring down this massive creature, I don't know what is going to be left of this city.
Cutting a 3-mile wide path of destruction through the city of San Francisco. I can only pray that this is the end of it.
Job 41. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together, that they cannot be sundered. By his sneezings a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Slingstones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would drink the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride.